Hello and welcome to Digimon World for the original PlayStation. Today is going to be a bit of a tutorial, but also a bit of a challenge run. When I played this game as a kid, I really struggled my way through it, even with a Game Shark. And as an adult, I really wanted to revisit this game and see how it was, and to be honest, it has aged very well. When people play this game, they often choose Agumon as their starting Digimon. This is because Agumon starts with a higher offense, HP, MP, and has a far superior starting attack, Spitfire, which can interrupt enemies in battle. What I'm going to try to do today is beat the game using Gabumon, whose stats are based on brains, defense, and speed. So without further ado, let's get going. Out of the gate, you'll be asked some ambiguous questions that have implications on which Digimon you're going to start with. We're going to select no Digivice and no friends so we get Gabumon. And there he is. Now that the opening cutscene's over, we're just going to go back inside and grab our first items from Tokomon. While we're here, we might as well stop by at the save, make a save file. On the top of the screen, there's going to be a green Digimon called Tanimon. Every single day you can come here and get food for your Digimon. This white and purple Digimon is actually very important. If you ever get stuck, you should stop by and talk to him to progress the storyline. So before we progress out into the world, we really need to level up our Digimon. He's pretty weak. And so we should play to the advantages of Gabumon. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to level speed 6 times. So if you've never played Digimon World before, when you're leveling Digimon, you have to keep a few things in mind. First and foremost, every training session you do progresses the game clock forward 1 hour. And then 2, you gotta be very careful of making care mistakes. You don't want to make your Digimon work out when it's hungry, it's exhausted, or it needs to go to the bathroom. One way to prevent doing this is by opening the menu and then checking to see what current conditions your Digimon is afflicted by so you can fix them. Now that we're stronger, we can finally make our way out into the world and try and recruit our first Digimon, Agumon. You'll have to defeat him in battle, and you'll notice he uses Spitfire, which is much stronger. Thankfully, we have much higher HP, so we should be able to beat him. From here, we're just going to collect items along the way and make our way to the far bottom right of the map. So this challenge is a little tricky. You basically just want to follow this exact path and find whichever lane has the circle in it and go there. From here, we're just going to backtrack to the guy that helped us cross the lake. From here, we're going to go to the left side of the map and go to the drill cave, which has our next Digimon. So sometimes there's items that are not shown on the screen and are hidden behind a layer. This little spot here is an example. So this battle's a little tough. Just make sure to use your healing items if your health gets low. And eventually, when you can press square to use your finisher, press square, and then tap L1 and R1 as fast as possible to do a lot of damage. So this guy's asking for help to take dirt out of the cave. If you choose to help him, it won't take as long for the cave to open, but it only takes 5 days if you don't help him, so I suggest just not helping him. Because we can only have so many items at once, I'm going to drop off some of these items we picked up and just make room in our inventory. So since we've recruited these Digimon, we now have an item shop. What we're going to do is we're going to sell the restore we got from the start of the game, and then buy 20 meat, 9 small recoveries, and 1 autopilot. So now that we're back in the village, there's actually a lot of time left in the day, and even though Gabumon's very sleepy, we're able to still train him and not get a care mistake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take this quick little loop around so you can see how you can navigate the city a bit, and then we're going to go to the hospital to heal tiredness, and this train through the night, we're going to want to train MP 4 times, HP twice, and then speed 4 times. So now that we're finally strong enough, we can continue exploring. So we're going to go talk to Euromon, progress the storyline, then we're going to heal tiredness, and make our way back to that yellow Digimon we passed on the way to the lake, and fight him. As Gabumon, this can be a very difficult fight. Thankfully, we have the right stats now, so as long as you heal well, you should be fine. Just be careful of his finisher move that can do a lot of damage. Make sure you collect this chip here at the end of the battle. We're going to sell that for a lot of money. Now that we're back in town, we can sell the brain chip and the MP chip from both those battles. Using the money, we can then buy 40 meat, 40 HP floppies, 2 autopilots, and 18 MP floppies. From here, before we continue exploring, I'm just going to go add one more speed. Now that we've recovered our tiredness, we're going to continue the storyline, so we're going to head right out of town, and we're going to learn some moves so Gabumon's not so weak. At nighttime, you're going to see this Digimon here. If you fight him, there's a 24% chance if he uses Dynamite Kick on you that you're going to learn it. He doesn't have to successfully complete the move, he just has to attempt to use it. And so we're going to fight this monster multiple times until we learn Dynamite Kick. So that took a little bit longer than expected just because we ended up fighting two of those at once and we didn't have to. What we're going to do now is we're going to teach that move we just learned, and then we're going to go fight this Digimon here to learn Megaton Punch, which has a 22% chance. A time-saving trick you can do here is when you fight these Digimon, burn all your MP, and then wait until the Digimon uses the Megaton Punch move, and then use the MP floppy to kill them. So the next Digimon we're going to get is actually very difficult. It's probably one of the hardest Digimon in the game to get. I recommend doing RNG manipulation. So in order to set up for this, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the shop, and then as soon as we go into the shop, you're going to open the menu and go to sleep. Save your game, and then we're going to shut off the console and turn the console back on. And when we turn the console back on, if you hold left and then tap X to talk to the shopkeeper, you're going to guarantee that you're going to get the exact same shop customers for the minigame, and you can reset the game as much as you need to in order to beat this minigame challenge so you can recruit this Digimon. Now that that's out of the way, we can finally continue the storyline by heading right and then go all the way to Penguinmon. So the secret to this minigame is getting lucky and starting the game with a curl that has legs on it, and then when you use that curl, just put it in the top middle, and that makes it so the AI is really confused and doesn't know what to do, and it keeps on trying to hit that one curl. We're going to talk to this guy and trade all our Digishrooms, and then we're going to talk to his friend and then trade all the medium recovery floppies for discs, and then we're going to go back to town and sell those discs for lots of money. Sell the discs, and then buy 10 MP floppies and spend the rest of your money on medium floppies. We're going to repeat the process later on to make lots of money. So we're reaching the point in the game where our Gabumon's about to evolve into the next Digimon, Gabumon. And in order to get there, we need to meet certain conditions. And so there's a chance we made a care mistake, like we trained when the Digimon was hungry or something, and we didn't realize it. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to scold until discipline is at 100%. And one of the tricks you can do is you can try to feed recovery floppy to them, and then when they refuse to do it, you can scold them. And that increases both discipline and happiness at the same time. With a full blue bottom gauge, we now have 100% discipline, but you'll notice happiness is very low. Don't worry about that for now, we can fix it later. I'm taking a safety save here just in case the evolution doesn't go right, and then we're going to go train speed 4 times. So after 25 years, we finally reverse engineered this game enough to understand how evolutions happen. And there are a number of conditions that have to exist in order for an evolution to happen. So the first condition is time. There has to be a certain amount of hours that have passed before you can evolve. And we're approaching that time now. The second condition is your Digimon has to weigh a certain amount. So if you have a weight above 24 and less than 36, you will qualify for Gabumon. A third condition is a bonus condition, and this could be multiple different conditions, like the number of battles you fought, but for Gabumon specifically, you need to have a discipline above 95%. And then there's a stat condition, So for Gabumon, you need an MP stat of 1000 and a speed stat of 100, and you need to not have stats that qualify more for other Digimon. So once you have the weight, the discipline, the stats, and the care mistakes, and enough time have passed, you should evolve into Gabumon. Another thing to keep in mind is you don't have to have the stat requirements. So on some of the higher end Digimon, it's really tough to get the stat requirements, but it's really easy to get like a bonus condition and to get the care mistakes and the weight. So it's a really nice trick to evolve into what you're looking for. There's a really helpful calculator that'll tell you what your Digimon's going to be. If you followed the same trainings that I did, you should get the same Digimon, no problem. And there we have Gabumon. Now, in order to make Gabumon happy, we're going to do a little trick here. And we're just going to keep praising over and over again until we raise up the happiness stat to the max. And then we're going to do some of the feed the item scold until we get discipline at the right level. And that's a nice little way to extend your Digimon's life, as a very unhappy Digimon doesn't live as long. From here, you need to decide how you want to play the game. You can either evolve Gabumon into Skullgreymon or into Mega Seadramon. I recommend going for Mega Seadramon, and in order to do so, you need to win 0 battles in the next 6 days. You need to maintain a weight of 25 to 35, and you need to level only HP, and do so semi-cautiously, because you need to make less than 5 care mistakes. In order to get Skullgreymon, you're going to want to maintain the same weight of 25 to 35, but you need to make 10 care mistakes or more, and you need to fight 40 battles. So you can get the battles by fighting Betamons in the native forest, and just keep going between the hospital and the Betamon. In order to get the care mistakes, I recommend you just train offense the entire time, and train throughout the night, train when you're hungry, train when you need to poop, because you can have 100 care mistakes, it doesn't matter. And then whenever you're tired, go to the hospital and rest. And there we go. In part 2, we'll go learn some stronger moves, and then we'll just power through the rest of the game. Welcome back to part 2 of the challenge, where we try to beat Digimon World 1 as Gabumon. So now that we have our ultimate evolution, it's just a matter of learning some strong moves, exploring the island, and eventually fighting the final boss. How long your Digimon lives for depends upon how happy it is, so we're going to praise it just like we did before with that trick, to raise it all the way to max so we have the longest living Digimon we can. Alright, let's head back to the drill cave. These Digimon have a 17% chance to teach us Giga Freeze. So there's only a 15% chance you'll learn Ice Statue. It's one of the strongest moves in the game, and I just got really lucky. If you go back one screen, you can fight the Ice Devimons, and they also have a 15% chance, and just keep fighting those until you learn this move. We need to come back and fight this Digimon tomorrow, but only at exactly 4 p.m. So right where it goes from blue to red. And just right when it turns the clock at 4 p.m., you gotta show up on the screen. And that brings us to the very end of Digimon World. So yes, you can beat the game with Gabumon. And it actually was a lot of fun.